deployed. 16,000 Israeli reservists being called up to join the fight now. So what will stop this conflict that has now taken the lives of more than 1,300 people in Gaza, most of them civilians, and about 59 Israelis? Joining me to discuss this, the Consul General of Israel, Aharoni. Consul, thank you so much for being with us. I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
We heard from the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu this morning, who said that this is just the first phase in the demilitarization of Gaza. What does that mean?
It means that we need to get the job done. We need to complete the mission. Hamas was able to build two systems. Each is of strategic caliber. The first is the rocket system, the missile system, no less than 12,000 rockets and missiles that were amassed, some of them with a 100-mile range, that put two-thirds of Israel's population in bomb shelters. Imagine 200 million Americans spending a month in bomb shelters. That's the first threat. The second threat, which is being dealt with right now, is, of course, the massive network of tunnels. These are not just tunnels for economic purposes, smuggling purposes. These are offensive penetration tunnels that go underground and with the sole purpose of sending squads of terrorists through the tunnels to pop out and attack innocent civilians or even soldiers. So we need to tackle this terrorist infrastructure.
If this is just the first phase, though, some 1,300 people in Gaza have died right now. The United Nations says the majority are civilians. If this is just the first phase, will more be killed in the second phase, the third phase? Is this death toll going to keep on rising?
This is a war between Israel and Hamas. This war was imposed on us. It's not just that one particular operation. You have to look at this as part of an ongoing battle between two different civilizations, if you may. This is yet another bloody chapter of a century-old Arab onslaught on Jewish national sovereignty. You know, we had a prime minister who served between 1969 to 1974, who was raised here in this country. Her name was Golda Meir. Was the first and only Israeli female prime minister. And she famously said, "We can forgive them for killing our children. We will never forgive them for forcing us to kill their children." And we have to understand that you're looking at an ideological organization here that is interested in maximizing the death toll on its side. Now, we do whatever we can to minimize it.
At this point, the United Nations, just a few hours ago, a couple hours ago, said the humanitarian situation there is overwhelming. They are overwhelmed, and they have called on Israel not just to be more careful about hitting UN facilities there, the schools and the marketplaces. But they say at a certain point, and they say they are there right now, the Israeli occupying forces, and those are their words, not mine, they need to step up and care for the people inside Gaza.
Two answers to this. The first is they should know that Hamas is the one not allowing injured Palestinians to be treated in the Israeli hospitals. Secondly, as we speak, and this is unprecedented in modern military history, as we're speaking right now, hundreds of trucks loaded with medication, with food, with goods for the Palestinians, humanitarian aid, are going into Gaza. We recorded over 2,000 shipments that went into Gaza since the beginning of the operation. This is unprecedented. You will not find any case in recent history of a country aiding its enemy in time of war. This is what's happening.
The bombs are still going to Gaza as well, along with the aid, though I do appreciate you coming and having this discussion with us, though. Consul,
thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being with us. I appreciate it. Some other news to tell you about. In an hour or so, the House of Representatives scheduled to vote on a $659 million immigration bill.